Good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Thankful Thursday. I thought today might be a good day for us to remember all the things we're grateful for. And while I'm pulling up my chat, let me remind you that my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So, hey, if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning, Terry. How's everybody feeling today? So I thought I would start off by telling you some things I'm grateful for today. And number one is all of you. I really appreciate that you show up here every day and that you're part of my little tribe. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Malta. Malta says, good morning to coffee with Angie. Good. Welcome. I can't even talk today, y'all. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Angie Atkinson. Thank you, Malta. Bonnie says, good morning. I like Thankful Thursday. Me too. So another thing I'm grateful for is this little kitten in my lap who is passed out cold. He's adorable and fuzzy and warm and soft. Jillian says, happy Thursday, getting ready for work, so I won't be able to comment, but I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you, Jillian. Sue Reeves says, feeling good and grateful for support. My pleasure. Cheryl Wooster says, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. And good morning, Sue, by the way. Happy to have both of you here today. And we have Nargis in the house, says, good morning, Angie, dear. Yesterday, I showed my son your live stream. He was amazed at the time you take to greet everyone and answer everyone's questions and show so much compassion. Well, thank you, Nargis. I appreciate that. Tattoo Princess is in the house. Good morning, Tattoo Princess. How are you today, honey? And we have Sabrina from France in the house today. Hello, Sabrina. How are you? Welcome to the tribe. Nargis says, I am. Good news, good news. Good morning, Brian. He says, good morning, Angie, and all with his beautiful face. Good morning, Jamie. She says, hey, guys. Hey, girl, hey. Good morning, Phyllis. Good morning, Magenta. How's everybody feeling today? Steve X in the house today says, hello, Angie. Thank you so much for what you do. Yes, I am a man. Good news. Good morning, sir. Hello, Steve. How are you? David H is in the house. You guys know this is our police detective friend. And so if you have questions regarding police matters, David is the one to ask. And we have Bonnie, and Bonnie says, I'm grateful for my 3 cats. Oh yeah, everybody, if you're just joining us, tell us what you're grateful for today because it's Thankful Thursday. And while you're at it, if you want to tell me 3 things you love about yourself, I'm not going to be mad at you. Bonnie says, I'm grateful for my 3 cats, 1 dog, 3 kids, a roof over my head, and thankful for you, Angie. That is a beautiful thing, my friend. All of those things. And thank you for including me in your list. I appreciate that. Let's see. Malta says, good morning, Angie, and everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Malta. Hair changes color in the house. She says, good morning, Angie. Lost my place. There I go. Okay. Good morning, hair changes color. Brooke Barone is here. Good morning, Brooke. She says, I'm so frustrated. Good morning. My narcissistic ex decided to call CPS on me because my 8-year-old broke his arm when he was with me. Now trying also to take my visitation after alienation for 4 years. Oh, honey, I am so sorry. I'm trying to see the rest. Not sure how to handle it. Okay. That is exhausting and horrible. What did CPS say? I think you guys know that CPS was called on me by my mother when back in 2012, I think. Of course, in my situation, there was no issue except for my mother was mad at me, so they closed the case. But certainly, it's devastating and upsetting, and it is the thing that caused me to go no contact. So, Brooke, he's been alienating you for 4 years, or he's been alienating your child for, he's been alienated for 4 years. Let me know. This is horrible. I'm so sorry. The one thing I can tell you is to just try to stay calm and stay focused on your child and not your ex. What I did was I went tunnel vision on making sure everything was right in my house, making sure my kids were totally safe and clear from any sort of negative influence from the people who tried to destroy our family. But it is a difficult situation, and it's horrible because when you have someone outside of your family trying to affect your family, oh my gosh, it's exhausting. I I feel horrible for you, Brooke. I feel horrible for you, and I'm so sorry. Barbara says, good morning, all. Not feeling it today. I am starting to feel like there's no fixing me. I feel like I will love him forever and always feel this empty because I want him to contact me. Now, Barbara, weren't you telling me that he was sneaking around and looking in your email recently? And if that's the case, obviously he's still trying to contact you or at least know about you, so he's not completely done with you. But what makes you feel? Do you not have any anger at him at all, Barbara? Let me know. Magenta says, Jamie, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling better today? And I'd like to know that too, Jamie. Are you feeling better today? Rena Domingo says, happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday, Rena. Welcome, welcome. Jennifer Carson is in the house. Good morning, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Malta tells Jillian to have a great day. Picky Nana is in the house with her little cute bee emoji. She says, hey, all. And Miss A, hey. Timothy Yiser says, good morning, beautiful survivors. Sending strength to all who are struggling to escape these soulless people. Big hugs and love to you, Timothy, and thanks for being here, my friend. Always happy to see you here. Bless Her Health is back. Hey, Bless Her Health. Welcome back, honey. She says, hey, question. My ex hired a new lawyer in the exact same building as my therapy and domestic violence support group. There is a protection order on the kids and I because he physically abused us. Should I still go? Wow, I feel like that should be illegal. Can you speak to your therapist or your domestic violence support group leader? Because I feel like that might be breaking the PO. I think he may need to stay away when you're there. I think you should still go, but I think you should do it with precautions. With the protection order. Now, David's here somewhere, so if David can answer that better than me, I think that would be a good idea. Nargis says, I am encouraging my kids to watch channels on narcissists for them to understand what their mom experienced. Okay, I think that's good as long as they're old enough to understand, Nargis. I think that's a really good idea. Magenta, Jamie B says, so far so good. Feeling grateful for you all. What about you? Jamie, I like to see that. Omar Mejia, hello, Omar, says, Angie, I had a toxic ex with daddy issues and was compared to him. I, for one, did not do something so evil as he did to her. Your thoughts? Well, she's obviously a broken person if she's comparing you to him. I think a lot of times when people are very broken, they struggle with, she may just have a problem with men in general. It's really hard to tell. Boy, this kitten is making me sit funny. It's really hard to tell how that would, I guess I need some more information. What kind of things were happening in the relationship? Fill me in a little bit. Let's see here. Angie L is in the house. Good morning, Angie. She says, good morning, Angie and survivors. Sorry I missed you a few times this week, but I've been packing up and preparing to relocate. Well, that is wonderful news. I'm so happy to hear that you are getting out of there. I am also, it's okay that you missed us a few times this week, but I'm happy to have you back today. So do you have any exciting details for us about your move? Let us know. DJ J Love says, good morning to all you awesome people. Well, good morning, Miss DJ J Love. How are you? Rion says, to Barbara, you absolutely do not love him. You love the facade. You must get rid of that delusion. Brian, that is very insightful, and I hope Barbara hears it. I hope she understands and feels you on that. Hair Changes Color says, hey SD, happy to see you in Spain. Awesome. Love to hear that. Jamie says, I'm learning to be patient and trying to be forgiving and loving to myself. It is not easy, but with y'all's help, I will get through this and come out on top. Hell yeah, you will, Jamie. Yes, ma'am. I'm totally with you. Love, love, love it, and I know you can do it. Barbara says, nope, no anger at all. I know I should be angry with him, but I can't find it in my heart to hate or be angry with him. And yes, he was snooping around on my Facebook. Okay, well, Barbara, I think you're still in the mourning phase, maybe the denial phase. Have you considered writing down all the things he did to abuse you? Would that be of any help, maybe? Nargis says, my kids are 30, 28, and 18. Yeah, then Nargis, you're doing the right thing. Those are the right ages. I mean, anybody who's an adult or close to being an adult can understand this stuff, I think, if they want to. SD says to Hair Changes Color, I'm so glad I had the time in the past week to visit with my Span family. Another thing to be grateful for. Oh, SD, I'm so glad to hear it. It's a beautiful thing, my friend. The Span group is amazing. The little Spanily. Jennifer Carson says, my stupid ass has been doing this for 33 years. When am I going to get off this ride? Girl, you're not stupid. You're human. Stop beating yourself up. It is difficult to get out of one of these romantic relationships with a narcissist. It's overwhelming. And quite honestly, I mean, I spent 35 years knowing my first narcissist. So, my mother. So it was, yeah. Let's see here. Jillian says, Angie, you are right about that person's significant other seeing lawyer during hours that she attends therapy. It's obvious he's done this on purpose. Somebody should contact his counsel. You hear that? So when you're going to the attorney, when you're going to your therapy or your domestic violence group, he does not have the right to be there. So someone should contact his attorney and let them know this. Yes. Jamie B says, good morning, SD. I love the new profile pic. It's so pretty. I thought the same thing, SD. Thank you, Julia, for pointing that out. Jamie B. Okay. Magenta says, Karma Kitty. Yes, this is little Karma. Bless Her Health says to David H., I know that's a violation, but police don't arrive immediately, and he could do physical damage and emotionally to the kids and I. The kids don't understand he's dangerous and will go to him. That is scary. DJ J Love says, I'm grateful for an awesome job, a great best friend, the best kids, and 5 awesome grandbabies. Okay, bless her health. Jillian is an attorney. Jillian is the person who just commented on your situation. So she's another person who would know. So you might want to contact his lawyer and let the lawyer know what's going on, just to put it in your head. I don't think the lawyer would necessarily want to be liable or anything. I'm sure he would try to make sure that you're safe because it's his job as an officer of the court, I think, to follow any sort of order of protection. DJ J Love says, I'm grateful. Okay, thank you, DJ, for sharing your awesome gratitudes today. If you're just joining us and you'd like to share your gratitudes, it is Thankful Thursday. Vanessa Lopez says, if a narc was abused as a child, why don't we show them as much compassion as we would for any other abused child? Thanks for your help. Well, certainly we would, but the issue here is that they are also abusing people. And so it's not that we're not trying to show them compassion, it's that we're trying to save ourselves from the abuse. The unfortunate thing about someone who is a toxic narcissist is that they don't change very easily or often, and in fact, I've never seen it successfully done. So that is why we're not showing them compassion. We're just trying to show compassion to ourselves so that we aren't abused by them again and understand them so we don't find another one of them in our lives. Hair Changes Color says to SD, I'm having trouble being thankful right now, but I'll say I'm thankful for animals that bring joy, nice people wherever I find them, and warm summer air by the ocean. Hey, that's a start, my friend. That's a start. Nothing wrong with that. Shelly Thomas says, Barbara, hang in there, honey. It takes a while to detach from these people. And I agree with Brian. If he is truly a narcissistic, toxic person, you're in love with a facade, a lie, and there will be a grieving process. Absolutely the truth, yes. Malta says hello to the little kitty who's now down in my lap again. All right, let's see here. Jean Wright says, currently going through a breakup with a narcissist, but our 5-year-old stays with him, and I feel like he keeps causing trouble using our son against me because I left him. I want to get full custody. Yeah, I understand that. Jean, so the 5-year-old lives at his house instead of with you, and you would like to have the 5-year-old full custody. Okay. Well, I don't know what your whole situation is, but I do think that I do think that you would have some rights here. I think you may have to go through court. I'm not sure why is the 5-year-old staying with him instead of with you at this point, I would ask. And is that because he forced it or because you didn't have a place to stay? Can you let us know? David H says, to bless her health, contact your attorney to get the ball rolling on this. Your attorney should contact his attorney immediately. Okay, there you go. So Bless her health, you've had advice now from a police detective and an attorney, a family attorney. So you should be able to, from what this is, basically have your attorney call his attorney. Is that helpful, I hope? SD says to Jamie B, good morning, thank you. I figured it was time for a more recent picture. Yeah, you're super cute, SD. I'm digging it. Yeah. Shannon Kwok is in the house. Good morning, Shannon. Welcome. Question, what if the narcissist is trying to get my dog through divorce? Oh, very interesting question. That's horrible, first of all. Obviously, your dog is super cute. I see him in the picture there. Can somebody, David H. or Jillian, I know Jillian's not able to answer right now, but is there something that, can somebody get a dog through divorce? I'm not even sure. Somebody let me know if anybody knows. Stop the Chaos says, wow, future faking video. Are you talking to me? If I'm very honest, I'm hoping that things could be different in the future, especially since he suggested counseling for himself and both of us. Oh, honey. Counseling doesn't usually work with a narcissist, in my experience. Either they fake out the therapist or the therapist sees right through them and then they don't go back because they don't like that. There was a time when I went to therapy with my narcissist, and the therapist literally, before the end of the session, the therapist and my narcissist were screaming cuss words at each other because the therapist saw right through him and turned and looked at me and said, you need to leave this guy. He didn't like it. We never went back. And if they don't do that, then if they don't see through them, then they misunderstand the situation and they believe them. It doesn't work. I'm just saying, maybe it'll work for you. I've never seen it work. Has anyone else ever seen that? Any therapy be effective? Stop the Chaos. I don't know if you've seen my videos on Dr. David Hawkins, but you might want to search my channel. There are two of them. One of them where I talked about his theory that he's helping a narcissist, and another one where I actually got an email from a lady who her husband had been a narcissist, is a narcissist, and was using this guy as a therapist, and very clearly did not. It didn't work. It's not working the way he says it works. It's working the way I says it works. Which is they're learning behaviors and that's it. And she says they'll have to be in therapy with this guy for the rest of their lives. So I don't really know what I think about that, but I will wish you luck. And I'll tell you that I'm glad you're still here with us because I think you'll need the support, and big hugs and love to you, my friend. Hair Changes Color says, my unlegal device, take everything you want because the dog is property. Okay, that's probably true. Yeah. Bonnie says, Spanily, love it, right? It works, doesn't it? You don't mess with the Spanily. Okay. Shannon, that was my really bad impression of some gangster person. Shannon Kwok says, SD says to Shannon Kwok, can you get your dog, classified as an emotional support dog? I'd sooner plots than let my narc take my dog. My dog's been there for me. The narc is not. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Omar says, my toxic ex was molested. Her daughter's father cheated while she was pregnant. I was with her for 6 years. I was focusing on establishing a foundation for us, but since I didn't marry her, I'm going to wait and see if I can get to the rest of your comment. I'm not seeing it right now. Oh, wait. I was seen as I used her. Okay. So since you didn't marry her, people thought you used her. Well, okay. So you were with her for 6 years. I assume that you have been helping to raise the daughter. Is that right? She'd been molested as a child and her daughter's father. Okay. So you didn't marry her for whatever reason, and they're saying you used her because you spent 6 years with her. So the question then is, now she's your ex. What is your question? Are you asking me for a specific answer, or are you looking for just, obviously you didn't use her if you spent 6 years with her. But with her having been molested as a child and having been cheated on while she was pregnant, she may be in kind of a victim mentality, a victim mode, and she may have decided that everybody's a problem who has a penis. You know what I mean? Especially because, I remember you said that her father was toxic, if I remember, daddy issues. Yeah. Give me a little bit more information. Let me know how I can help you with this today, Omar. Freedom Lee says, good morning, Freedom Lee. Says, morning, Angie and survivors. Thankful to be here with y'all. Thanks for your vids. Love the one on what narcs would truly say. The cartoon character looked like my ex-narc, horns and all. That's great, Freedom Lee. Sometimes I know a lot of people criticize me for putting humor in some of my videos, but listen, you guys, we can't cry all the time, can we? I mean, if you don't laugh sometimes, laughter's good for your soul, and we could all use a laugh, I'm sure, after all the crap we've been through, right? So I hope you all don't mind, but I'm glad that you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much, Freedom Lee. Miss Jamie B says, Shannon, no doubt he's only doing that to hurt you. I'm so sorry to hear it. I love my doggy. Sending positive vibes. Yeah, absolutely, Shannon. Positive vibes your way for sure. And thank you for supporting our fellow survivor, Miss Jamie B. Omar, yes, okay. Magenta says, stop the chaos. My ex suggested therapy too. He went one time and nearly convinced the therapist that I was the problem. Tread lightly, therapy teaches lingo. That is very insightful and very true. Please be careful with therapy. I agree. When you're dealing with a narcissist, they're so good at pulling the wool over the therapist's eyes, especially if the therapist has not been educated specifically about narcissistic abuse. And sometimes even if they have been educated and they haven't been through it, they don't get it and they don't understand the pervasiveness of it. They're just people. They're just people. Yeah. Let's see here. Wally says, hi, Angie. Hey, Wally, how you doing? Jean Wright says, I just moved into another apartment. I don't want him to know where because I know he won't leave me alone. Okay. That makes sense. But so you don't want him to know where you are, but your child is with him. Can you take your child? Is there a reason that you haven't taken your child? Were you just waiting to get into the apartment maybe? Bonnie says, I'm so surprised that Karma's letting you talk on the computer. My cat won't leave me alone and she's shedding all over the place. Yeah, Karma is sleeping right now, and I guess he's been playing really hard this morning. But we shall see how long this lasts. So I've only got a few more minutes right now because I actually have an early call this morning, and I've got a couple of important errands to run this afternoon before my next set of calls. So, well, I guess not even really this afternoon, actually late this morning. Jamie B says, we usually do show too much compassion until we are burnt out and done. Yes, that's true. Yes. Hope Bradford says, sorry, but no one should have compassion for Lucifer. Well, it's kind of true, ain't it? Shelly Thomas says, Vanessa Lopez, for me, I still hold a compassionate perspective in my mind of any potential trauma the narcissist or toxic person may have experienced in childhood. However, most of the abusers in my life have been adults. Okay, look, I cannot not have compassion for someone who was abused as a child because I have experienced certain things like that. I cannot not have compassion for those people. But you know what? The fact of the matter is that when you go through abuse as a child, you grow up and you have a choice. You can become a narcissistic jerk face, or you can become somebody who is caring about everyone around them, or you can become something else entirely. You choose what to become. I don't think everybody realizes that in the world, but you do. And I think certainly we're going to be naturally more inclined to be empathic or not, but you make a choice. And the bottom line is, because of the way that narcissists developed over the course of their abuse and their own lifetimes, their biggest flaw, in my opinion, is that they do not have compassion for other people. They do not have empathy for the people closest to them especially. And that makes them almost impossible to live with happily, which makes it very difficult for anyone to live through. And that makes it difficult to have compassion for what they went through when they don't have compassion for what you went through. Certainly, I get it. Certainly, I feel for them. I feel for people who are alone in so many ways. But there's no reason for a narcissist, if there's no reason for anyone to abuse someone else because they have been abused, but yet you see it every single day. They say most child molesters were molested as children, and you certainly don't see a lot of people having compassion for child molesters. Now, I'm not saying that narcissists are always child molesters. I'm simply saying that if you want an example that maybe you can relate to, you know, someone who's been molested as a child should certainly have compassion for children and not molest them. And yet so often it happens. It's a repeating pattern of abuse. And what we're trying to do here is be the generation that stops that pattern in our own families, in our own lives. You feel me? That's why I do what I do. It's not to be beating up on narcissists. It's to help people not keep doing this, not keep going through this abuse, not keep cycling their children and their children's children through it. Because if you're honest with yourself and you look back in your family history, I bet 99% of us can find it and see where it came from in the first place. See where we came from, why we tolerated that crap in our lives. You understand? That's why. Yeah. Hope Bradford says, not being ugly, but having compassion is like having compassion for a rattlesnake. No way. Right. SD says, Magenta, thank you. I'm blushing now. Oh, well, I bet you look cute doing that too, girl. Shelly Thomas says, so I hold another protective perspective. Like Angie said, we have to protect ourselves from abuse. Absolutely. Mavis Washington is in the house. Good morning, love. How are you today? Mavis says, good morning, Angie. Thank you so much, very much for inspiring my life. And thank this wonderful group for support. This group is amazing, and I'm so happy that you guys are here and we're growing every day. The tribe is strong and loving, and we are a blessed bunch of folks. Thank you all for being part of my tribe. It means a lot to me. Shelly Thomas says, to Hope Bradford, I understand that completely. Absolutely. Shelby and Hope, I feel you on compassion. It's a struggle. Absolutely it is. Totally agree. Brandy Silverwood Shotzer is in the house. Hey, Brandy. She says, how many toxic relationships have you been involved in? And my husband is trying to come back home after rehab, and he abused us every day. Should I let him come home or not? How many toxic, relationships have I been involved in? Several. But if we're talking about long term, I got married to a narcissist. My first husband was a narcissist, and my mother. So certainly I dated a lot of toxic people and all that. So certainly it is a difficult situation. Should your husband come back home after rehab and he abused you every day? Hell no. I mean, not now anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think? Brandy, I say no. I say no. If he abused you every day, no. My opinion. They don't change. I mean, maybe, okay. If your husband was a drug addict / alcoholic, and he didn't abuse you prior to using drugs and alcohol, and then he started to abuse you during the drugs and alcohol, and now he's gone to rehab and his therapists and counselors say he's safe and healthy, maybe there's a chance he won't do it again. Small chance. But if he always abused you, even with or without drugs and alcohol, no. That's my opinion. Anybody have an opinion to share with Brandy on that? Jean Wright says, I did not have a place to stay when we were staying with him, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I just left and just now got a place. Okay, I got you. So obviously he was not abusing your child, right? Jean, I think, can you just take your son? Can you just take him and take him with you? Breon Garner says, compassion without wisdom is foolishness. Wisdom work out. True that, my friend. True that. Oh, Shelly, not Shelby. My bad. I just don't, Shelly Thomas says, I have compassion because it's in my nature but not to the point of not being able to protect myself from their insidious abuse. Does that make sense? I'm with you 100%, Shell. Breon Garner says, without wisdom is bondage. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. Same deal. Yeah. Shelly Thomas says, well said, Breon. Omar says, "Will a narcissist ever truly be happy? Is that what God's plan is, to have them attract two miserable people together?" I don't think so. Will a narcissist ever be truly happy? Maybe, if the narcissist worked through their stuff. And, I believe that every narcissist has a core wound that stops them from developing normally and in a healthy way. And I really, really, really believe that if a narcissist would learn about their core wound and do the work necessary to get through it and sort of reparent themselves or be reparented, it's possible. I really believe so, but I've never seen it. I think that the unfortunate thing about narcissism is that it in itself teaches it's the people that are affected by it, it teaches them that they are not broken. It teaches them that everybody else is messed up, because the narcissism, the NPD, causes them to not think that to not be able to recognize anything might be wrong with themselves. Does that make sense? So I don't believe that most narcissists will ever be truly, truly happy. Um, I don't believe that God's plan is to have them attract two miserable people together. I believe that we bring about what we think about. And so if we are focusing on finding miserable people, we will find them. I think sometimes we want to save a narcissist. We want to make their lives better. We feel sorry for them. We want to help them. And I know that's part of the reason I got with my ex-husband, because even though, he was this broken artist type, and I don't know, you guys. I have a soft spot for a bad boy broken artist type. It's the worst kind of thing to do, but it is what it is. So what can I tell you? No, I don't know that a narcissist will ever be truly happy. They cannot be. They are not self-fulfilling. You know what I mean? They need other people's energy to exist and function properly. So I only have about 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna have to wrap up pretty quick, guys. I'm so sorry in advance, but like I said, I've got an early call this morning. Guardian Wolf says, "Good morning, Angie and lovely souls." Good morning, Guardian Wolf. Welcome back, honey. Anonymous in the house says, "Good morning, Angie and everyone just now arriving." Hey, 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 Anonymous. Magenta says to Omar, "Not that I can tell." Brienne says, "I totally screwed that quote up." Yeah, we all have those moments. Don't even worry about it. Bonnie says, "If you are thinking of leaving the narcissist at car lease and buy the car or get another lease, financial legal advice for coming out of a divorce still with the car for transportation." That's a good question. What I did, I don't know the answer, but if David H could answer, that would be great. What I did in my divorce was I just kept the car. I didn't even give him the option to keep the car. But I do know that when I left, I needed to buy a place to live. It was cheaper than renting. I bought a duplex, but I bought it in someone else's name because, my parents at the time, they bought it in their name. I paid for it. And then after the divorce was final, we moved it over into my name. But the reason we did it that way was because the ex couldn't then get any of the house in the divorce. Even though I got it after I left him, we were still legally married when I did. So I don't know the answer to your car question, but one of our legal experts might. Jamie B says to Omar, "No, they are never happy because deep down they actually hate themselves." That's true. It's really very sad. It is very sad. Absolutely. David H says to me and to bless her health, as calloused it, or whoever it was that said about the dog, I thought it was as calloused as it might sound. I believe a dog is considered property and can be given to either party in the divorce by the judge. The best bet is to contact an attorney about it. Okay. Jessica says, "Anyone have narc parents and still in touch?" Hey, Jessica, welcome back. Does anyone have narc parents and are still in touch with them? Omar says, "Thank you, everyone, for your replies, especially you, Angie, to provide this opportunity." My pleasure, Omar. DJJ Love says, "It is such a struggle to remember he will be the same with his new girlfriend. He seems so happy with her, and I have to admit she seems like a great person." I feel sorry for her, DJJ Love. The thing is, he's going to seem so happy with her for a minute until, the cycle begins again. He's in the love bombing phase. Don't don't beat yourself up with it. I want you to watch my videos on the new supply, even my more recent ones I think might be better for you. Jillian says divorcing, and this is our other legal expert, by the way, says divorcing with dogs is the worst. Try to gather up any evidence of ownership. Unfortunately, the court thinks of them as property and not children most of the time. Try to get records showing who took them. Let me find the rest of Jillian's comment. Oh gosh. Okay, well, I'm going to save this. Kimberly P, I just saw your comment. She said, Angie, oh darn, now you have to go. All's been quiet around me. Being on the edge because of the calm, I'm still feeling the uneasiness of the narc still in my bones. Missed you. Welcome back, Kimberly P. Missed you too. Okay, you guys, I do have to go. I'm so sorry. I want to keep talking, but I've got to go do this call. I will be here tomorrow morning for our Friday morning coffee, and hopefully I'll be back later today. I've got a very full schedule today, but I'm hoping I'll be able to squeeze in one more video today for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you over in Span, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I'm going to save the chat, so please leave me any notes you'd like, and I'll look at them after my calls today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do love you guys. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Oh wait, let me let Karma say goodbye to you. Say bye bye. Oh, he's sleeping. Okay, now we're really going.